It is exactly 8:15. Good morning. And you're listening to the Chris Warburton Breakfast Show on Swindon's BBC Wiltshire. Now then, if you're a regular listener to the programme, you may remember about a month ago we met 15-year-old Luke Goodenough from Swindon. He had been in trouble with the police, but with the help of SMASH, that's the Swindon Mentoring and Self-Help, he was starting to turn his life around.
The centre of what we do is all about youth mentoring, so we train volunteers who are ordinary Joes and Josephines who want to put a little bit back. They are from all kinds of walks of life, all ages, all shapes and sizes, and we train them up over a course of a few weeks, and we match them up with vulnerable young people who need a little bit of extra help and support to achieve their potential in life. Once upon a time, it was all about youth offending. We've cast our net much wider than that now. The catch-all term is vulnerable young people, and there are any number of reasons why a young person might be deemed to be vulnerable.
I've referred young people that I've been working with to SMASH on a regular basis over the last probably 3 or 4 years. As an education welfare officer, I work with young people that have attendance issues, and sometimes there's other issues that come along with that. And having a mentor is beneficial for them to overcome some of their barriers, but also to sort of confidently have another adult in their life that isn't their parent or family member or school member of staff.
We do referrals, which really is for young people who are disengaged in education, who are feeling isolated, who have no real clear focus of where they want to be, or who really perhaps are on that verge of actually just dropping out and, in some respects disappearing, really.
Some will be struggling in school. They may have been excluded. They may be on the verge of being excluded. So the schools will be looking for some way of supporting that young person to stay in school or get back into school, whatever it might be. Some have got into trouble with the law. That's not unheard of. Young people who are beginning to go off the rails and really just need a bit of a helping hand to get them back onto a productive, straight and narrow path in life. Others have been victims of crime of one sort or another, of abuse, whatever it might be.
It's been such a positive experience for the young person. You see the child that we refer, or the young person that we refer, and then see them at the end of it. Their confidence levels, their self-esteem has all really just grown. A lot of them have taken on new challenges, whether it's a sport or whether they've actually joined in some sort of youth project, either through the youth service or through SMASH. But the actual positive impact on their attitude and their outlook on life is just increased greatly. Really, it's getting the young person to engage with somebody. And once they've done that and they've set themselves goals and they've achieved them goals, the actual ability to return to school and participate in education and actually leave school with something is just invaluable, really.
It's not so much about stopping doing stuff, as much as that's kind of a byproduct. There's less antisocial behaviour or less criminal behaviour at the end of it. It's about doing something positive instead. So in the end, those things kind of stop being important or stop being part of their lives because they've started to do something positive, and it's getting involved in those positive activities. So that's the most common outcome, is that young people are doing something positive with their lives, and that can mean anything from getting involved in sports or arts or work or getting into education, whatever that might be.
I used to have arguments. Used to try and escape through my house. I did ages ago, set my house on fire.
The young people that have moved so many steps forward, it's unbelievable, whether it's with their education they feel supported with, or whether it's some sorts of other issues, whether it's transition as well, going into college. I just think that one-to-one, some of our young people, they haven't got that support in their own network and family or friends.
And so far, since I've been seeing my mentor, I've been behaving more at home, but school's getting a bit better.
But sometimes I just think I can do it, rather than all the time I used to think that I couldn't.
My low self-esteem is not the same anymore. I get along better, I go out more, try and be a better person than I used to be. And I think it's working. I'm not too sure if it is, but people think it is.
It's totally different now. He's 18, he's at college, he's doing well, he's confident, and we still meet up now, which is really good. And he still rings me up for advice when we meet up. He says, "Oh, I've got this problem, what do you think?" And we'll talk it through, and he knows the answers, he just wants the backup really.
I wanted to volunteer to be a mentor because when I was growing up, I grew up in a really tough area and there was nothing like this available to me. And I felt, having had that experience growing up, that I maybe had something to give to young people growing up in perhaps a similar situation now.
I felt that I wanted to give something back to the local community, and I could probably do that by mentoring.
We are 10 years into the project now, and really we've honed our skills to such an extent that we know that the core of what we do really does work and really does make a difference. And I think over the course of those years, more than 300 young people have been through our doors in one way or another, and you know, there are 300 young people out there whose lives have been genuinely changed by this.
From my point of view, I'd be referring everyone to Smash if I could, because I think it's extremely valuable. Some of the professionals, you know, have short-term work that we do with young people, and I think from Smash's point of view, it is 12 months. There is that commitment from the mentor and the mentee, and that's really good for a young person to know that that person, you know, isn't in 8 weeks' time going to say, "I'm sorry, I can't work with you anymore."
I don't really know of anywhere else that has a service like Smash.
I say that it's really good and helpful, and they give you like the right mentor that they think will be suitable for you.
They help you with your behaviour, and sometimes you go like with your mentor for meals and do event cinemas.
So far I can only thrash terrier squash. That's one change. The other changes are just having someone to talk to on the long run, and I hope that the outcome of my year with Terry will be that I have completed all my goals that I've set out to achieve.
It's a project like none other I've ever known, and it works. It really, really works. If it didn't work, you wouldn't have a waiting list, and if it didn't work, you wouldn't have volunteers coming forward all the time for training.